Good evening and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Legend News Football TV. Egypt 2, Zimbabwe 1. What a game, guys. What a game this was. Zimbabwe is that type of team that 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 not everybody saw doing anything against Egypt. They were the underdogs, but today Zimbabwe showed some fight, man. They showed some fight. They showed that this tournament always delivers. The small nations always show up, and we can only clap hands for Zimbabwe. You know, we can only clap hands for them. They really tried. They really tried. They scored early. Zimbabwe scored early. I think in the 20th minute, that's when they scored. But hanging on for another 70 minutes against the mighty Egypt, the mighty Pharaohs, it's just a tough ask. It's just a tough ask. Guys, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. This is your Egypt versus Zimbabwe review, AFCON review. So yes, Zimbabwe scored early and they tried. They actually played well, they developed play well. They passed the ball well, confidently passed the ball around in the first half and tried to score another goal. They almost scored another goal in the first half, but heading into halftime, 1-0, we already knew that Egypt was going to come out guns blazing, all guns blazing, full out, full force, and that's exactly what happened. So in the second half, we saw Egypt piling the pressure on Zimbabwe. As you can see on the stats, Egypt had 77% of possession with a 2.52 expected goals. Zimbabwe only 0.37. 35 shots, eight big chances. Zimbabwe only had a total of 8 shots. So that already tells you a story that Zimbabwe was under pressure the whole second half. And finally, in the 64th minute, Zimbabwe cracked under pressure with Marmoush running down the line and then cutting inside, smashing the ball into the roof of the net. The goalie had no chance whatsoever to stop that ball. 1-1, and then the pressure keeps on piling. Last 91st minute, as you can see, Salah gets a chance. Salah wasn't in the game. But half a chance. Salah is that type of player. He's that good that he's not even in the game. You don't see him getting a lot of chances in the game. But when he gets that one chance, when it matters, that's what separates the men from the boys. And that's what Salah has shown today again. To all his critics, Salah has shown again today that he is a quality world-class player. And Salah wins it in the end for Egypt. He wins it in the end for Egypt. 2-1 victorious against Zimbabwe. But Zimbabwe can take so much from this game. I mean, if you look at the rankings of these two teams, you can see Zimbabwe is ranked 129, Egypt is 34th. So it's a huge difference in rankings, FIFA rankings between these two teams. So Zimbabwe giving Egypt a hard game. Zimbabwe can only walk with chest, with dignity and say that we stood up against the mighty, mighty Egypt. It's just the fact that Egypt has that quality, Premier League proven players, and they got Egypt out of a tricky situation. So what's next for this group? Let's look at the group. What is going to happen next? Who's playing who next? As the group stands, South Africa won today against Angola, also 2-1. 3 points for South Africa. Egypt won 2-1, 3 points for them. Zimbabwe and Angola on 0-0 points. The fixtures in next for this group is Angola versus Zimbabwe and Egypt versus South Africa. That is going to be an interesting matchup between Egypt and South Africa. The top two teams in the groups, 3 points, 3 points. If you win that game, you're on 6 points, and that means you're almost 1 foot into the next round. So hopefully we can see another blockbuster of a game. But this is the tournament. This is what we like about the AFCON. The smaller nations always show up. They always come. ready, prepared to take on anything and leave it all on the pitch, because this can be your next step as a player to get that exposure and get signed by a big European team. So kudos, big ups to Zimbabwe. You guys did brilliantly. Egypt, class, cool, calm, collected class in the end. 2-1 victorious. And can Egypt go all the way? We shall see as the tournament progresses. So, guys, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next upload. Cheers, stay safe, and God bless.